the Dick Show.
This is one of those years, too, where the Bears might actually show up. Justin Fields, I'm telling you, man.
We got to pause for station identification.
Right.
America.
Fuck yeah. Oh, imagine the possibilities.
I've been riding Caleb Williams' dick since he was in high school.
This is a true story. Yeah, so I think we need to come up with a slightly shorter version of the intro that we can throw on the start of the segments.
Yeah, for different segments.
Yeah,
I agree.
Something, or maybe even unique ones that like
Bush
announce the segment,
of the week,
the segment or the sport or whatever it is that we're going to talk about.
You need to pull in the clip when we were talking about Varsity Blues.
Mm-hmm.
So for Bush of the Week, and it'd just be like, she's a 10, a 10,
a fucking
There you
10.
go.
fucking 10.
There you go. Yeah, I'll have to work on that.
Put that in there when we
Sushi
Sushi.
and Sushi Coochie. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get those worked out and ready to rock for some of the segments for next week.
And then last week, I was listening to it. You might think that she's just some slut from the streets.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
There's bits in there, man. There's some good sound bites for
Yeah.
sure.
All right. Well, I guess we should just get into it. What does that mean, Chris?
Man, it is time for America's favorite podcast subject, Bush of the Week. Presented by...
Is it going to be Coors Light?
No, it's your mom.
Your mom.
By your mom.
All right, I like it.
Your mom, 6969.
That was her. I still hear it.
Wow. You got a good memory there, guy.
That's the only thing I got.
All right, so we don't know what's
Yeah.
going on here.
Yeah.
What's
So we decided we're going to try something a little bit different. What we're going to do is I picked two contestants.
Contestants, I
Easy
like
for
it.
me to say. Two contestants that Chris and Kelly do not know about, and they're going to debate it, and then I'll have to be the tiebreaker.
We call this segment Bush of the Week, Master Debaters.
Master Debaters?
So I have not even pulled up the people or told them who they are. They have no clue. And this is kind of a test run because I somewhat foresee us doing this format.
Well, I'm looking at it. Redhead actress,
Hang on.
Katy Perry lookalikes.
No, you'll see. You'll see what it is in a second.
What are you looking up?
That was.
I mean, that wasn't even
Nope.
Yahoo Safe Search.
Nope. No.
This is just straight Google.
Yeah. So there's a reason behind that.
We don't know what he's
And I was
doing
trying-
on his spare time.
I was
Right.
trying to explain the reason behind that. I think this is kind of a pilot program, a test way of how the 64 are going to go down for the March Madness thing. The bracket's going to be set, and then you guys are going to have to work your way through it, and then I can be a tiebreak on any of them. But I was working on compiling the bracket because the way I look at it, we only do one show a week, and if we want our final to culminate the week of the March Madness final, we probably need to start a few weeks beforehand.
Yeah.
Because they're playing games every day for, a week and a half, 2 weeks before they finish. We can't, we're going to have to do like a episode, which is the whole round of 64. And then one episode is the whole round of 32. And one's the Sweet 16, one's the Elite 8, and one's the Final Four, and one's the Champions.
We could
So-
run a couple of those together if we
Yeah,
had to.
maybe
Sweet
the later
16,
rounds.
Elite Eights.
Yeah,
you know.
maybe the leader. But my point being, we're going to have to be prepared to start that ahead of time. So I started kind of compiling the list. That's what you were seeing there.
Okay.
All right. So this week, your first one, choice number one, Christina Applegate.
All right. Married with Children.
Don't tell mom the babysitter's dead.
Yeah. She was an anchorman.
She's come up many times with You're Married with Children jokes, so I figured this would be a good one. Now, what I struggled with was who against who. Okay? And this is what you're going to get. It's going to be a battle of the blondes.
Ooh, that's actually, you know what? That's actually a hell of a fucking battle right there.
You want to tell the listeners who it is?
Christina Applegate versus Reese Witherspoon. Man, I gotta tell you what, Dustin, you made a pretty good.
My wife will already tell you who I'm picking.
I'm sure I
I
know
would
already.
imagine if I was just a guessing. Or
Weren't
a
they
betting man.
both sisters of Jennifer Aniston and Friends?
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Yeah.
I know this shit.
So when I thought to myself, man, how am I going to do like a battle of the blondes? That's kind of where that kicked into my head. I was like, oh shit, Christina Applegate and Reese Witherspoon both played Rachel's sisters on Friends. That's a good battle. Because they were solid choices to act as her sisters. So, debate.
Man. All right. You want to go first?
I am going to take credit for whatever fun comes out of this.
So Christina Applegate, man. I don't know, man. What else can you say about her? She's been around, been a part of my childhood. You know, she's been around as long as I can remember. Married with children. I don't think back then there was very much hotter on TV that you got to see on a weekly basis besides her. You know what I mean? Absolutely stunning. What else was she in? I mean, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. That's I fucking love that movie. I thought she was great in that movie as well. Man, she's been a part. Anchorman 2.
Yeah. She did the Vacation movie, the reboot kind of with
right.
what's his name?
Ed Helms.
Ed Helms, yeah.
Hall Pass.
Hall Pass.
Hall Pass.
God, I forgot
I
about
mean,
that.
hello.
She's in Bad Moms.
Yeah,
Bad
Bad
Moms.
Moms. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough,
And,
man.
and the sad part is she had to go through a double mastectomy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a shame. We should ask for donations to breast cancer fund here because it'd be a shame to lose boobies.
Especially in the month of October.
we
Yep.
do it for the Tatas, man.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason we're here.
The titties.
And then you look at, Reese Witherspoon, and I mean, she's been around forever. She's been in a lot of movies. She's also actually made the Forbes list of the 100 most powerful women. And
Witherspoon began her career as a teenage, making her screen debut in The Man on the Moon.
mm-hmm,
That was with Jim Carrey, I believe.
yeah,
Notable supporting roles in Cruel Intentions.
Legally Blonde.
Legally
you know?
Blonde
I mean, come
1
on.
and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Walk the Line.
Walk the Line, right?
I mean, she's been in some pretty big movies as well. Now, when it comes to, I mean, she's also, I think, doesn't she do like makeup now, or she has some sort of like makeup line or something, beauty line, or
I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah. This is, I mean, and even more recently, I think she's been in a few more projects than Christina Applegate.
Recently.
Yeah, recently.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, man, if I'm really like looking at it, Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, what about you guys? Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah, Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah, we talked about
so
that.
to
That's a
me,
fun one.
like Reese Witherspoon, I think her hottest, in my opinion, would have been like Legally Blonde. Again, they're both hot. They were both sisters of Jennifer Aniston, which neither hold a candle to Jennifer Aniston, but that's neither here nor there.
I beg to differ.
Yo, yeah?
Yeah, I think they both hold a candle. I think they're both contenders.
You think so?
Yep. So what I remember Reese Witherspoon from was, remember that Marky Mark movie, Fear?
Yeah.
Where he turns into a psycho.
And they're on the roller coaster? You remember that part?
And he's like, now I've popped both your cherries.
Yes.
Because he
Yeah.
smashes that Mustang.
Yep. Yeah.
And then they're breaking in and she's like, he's got the code to the door.
I always remember that movie because he's fingering her on the roller coaster.
I have
Anyways.
never seen this movie.
You've never seen Fear?
No? Oh man,
Never seen it.
it's good.
Now, when you talk about aging, I think Reese Witherspoon is probably well ahead of Christina Applegate in that range, because Christina Applegate is not aging as well, in my opinion.
You know
Yeah.
what? Have you ever seen? So I'm looking her filmography up. This Means War. It's where Chris Pine and Tom Hardy are CIA agents, and they both meet the same girl, and they don't realize it's her, and she's playing both sides. It's a good movie
Yeah.
because they're all like, "Oh yeah, I met this girl," and then they're all like secret agent doing shit on each other so that they both can't score with her. It's pretty funny. It also has Chelsea Handler in it, so there's some good scenes in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'll help. All right. Well, I think it's time you guys gotta.
Man, this is a tough one, guys. This is a tough one. You know, I think
Is that how Christina Applegate looks now?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. She hasn't aged well, man. She hasn't aged well. So therein lies the problem, because when you're looking at like
Reese Witherspoon's barely aged.
in the current climate of today, Reese Witherspoon is still freaking hot. I mean, she still looks good. Christina Applegate, not so much.
Well,
That's my opinion. You know, I was when you said him, I was hands down at first. I was going to say Christina Applegate, basically coming off of the whole fact.
I was hands down Reese.
See, so basically for me, it was
Even though Kelly Bundy, like,
and that's
come
what
on.
I was going to say, coming down to Married with Children.
Yeah.
It was like that and Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Those are like the two biggest things. However, I got to say, man, I think the body of work holds up. I think Reese Witherspoon is my Bush of the Week, guys.
I 100% agree.
so you don't even need me anymore.
No, we do. I want to hear your opinion at least. You
Oh,
can't over there and be quiet.
In terms of who's funnier and who I'd rather hang out with, Christina wins.
Right.
Because I just seen like all the shows, and I think she's funny in it.
Mm-hmm. I think she comes down. She's probably, in my opinion, the better of the two as far as shows and stuff I've seen.
Now,
her
if
in.
you go there, her daughter, Reese's daughter, like, she should be the real Bush of the Week.
Oh yeah, she's definitely.
Hopefully she's over 18, because
she's
Yeah, you better hope so.
her daughter, Ava Philippe, with Ryan. Ryan's a beautiful
and see
guy,
that,
too.
And how about that too? That's the other
Right?
thing, right?
Yeah.
She married Ryan Philippe, right? Philippi, whatever, however you want to say it.
Felipe.
Fucking beautiful man. That's what he is.
All right, so
But look at the daughter. Oh. God damn.
you better hope she's 18.
Yeah, we gotta
probably
find that.
check
Yeah,
on
she's she's 24, I believe. So
Okay.
we're good.
All right, so that's safe. Kelly,
Yeah.
you're all right.
She hot.
That brings me to my next rant.
Okay,
Before
hang on.
we vote.
Oh, you just voted.
go.
Yeah, you already did.
Well, before we finish this. Fuck.
Okay, well,
let's
hang
go.
on. I'll give you my vote. My vote would have been Reese Witherspoon to break the tie if that was the case.
Dang.
So there you go. It's a unanimous.
Unanimous
Well,
decision.
fucking
Unanimous win.
congratulations, Reese Witherspoon. You are our Bush of the Week.
Win. All right, what do you got to say, Kelly? What do you got
So-
on your mind?
I'm getting on in my years. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm 48 this year. I remember the 80s and, having your crushes, like, oh, man, she's good. Elizabeth Shue, Christina Applegate. I don't...
Kathy Ireland.
Kathy Ireland. Phoebe Cates. Like, whatever.
You don't have crushes anymore?
They're the same ones. And now you look at them and some of them just don't age well. You're right. They don't.
Insert Kelly McGillis here.
Exactly.
Yeah, or Molly Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald.
There's quite a few of them.
You know, like my heyday of like remembering gorgeous women. Elle Macpherson,
God, Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan.
Jesus. You talk about going from like pretty hot to ogre real fucking quick. Jesus.
That's
dude.
my red. Like I just want them to look the same, like a Barbie doll the whole
penalizing-
fucking time.
You're penalizing people for aging.
No. This goes beyond aging because it's not just aging.
It's how I remember them, and then I see them later, and I'm like, oh.
But think about the fucking stupid decisions they made along the line of too many times of Botox or too much extra plastic surgery, to where some of these fucking people become caricatures of themselves.
Do you wanna
what I
know-
mean?
No, but they're hot. Like, so they're like in their late 50s. So I remember them, you know, when they're early
Yeah,
20s, and
that's
I'm in
true,
my
too.
teens, you know, being a teen boy, and
Yeah, I mean,
I just remember them being hot.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Alicia Silverstone. There's another one.
What's her name? Jenny McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy's still hot.
And or not Jenny McCarthy. Yeah, she's still hot.
Pam Anderson.
Pam Anderson. That was the one
You
I
know.
meant to say. Yeah.
Pam Anderson's so fake. Like her face, you don't know what's actually
Yeah,
part
no.
of her anymore. Or
And
not.
that's my point.
Or like Madonna. Like,
why do we have to fucking age? That's my point. I don't. It's just like I remember the good old days, and now I look in the mirror and I'm like, fuck. I didn't age well.
Yeah, you know, quite a few of them do. You know what's funny is like sometimes I'll look at like speaking of that, like aging, you look at pictures of yourself like from like 10 years ago, and every time I see a picture of myself from like 10 years ago or then 15 years ago or 5 years ago, I'm always like, man, I look like a fucking dumbass. You know what I mean? Like every picture I see, I'm always like,
I always looked at
man,
like
I look
that, so it's-
stupid back then.
You want to know? I'll tell you who the true ageless wonder of the world is. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Paul fucking Rudd.
Dude.
Paul Rudd was in Clueless with Alicia Silverstone in 1995, and he looks exactly the fucking same
Yeah,
now
no,
as
you're
he
not
did
wrong about that.
almost 30 years ago.
You're not wrong about that. Yeah.
I mean,
He looks the exact same.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, but Tom's showing it a little bit
A little bit more,
wrinklage,
wrinkly. Yeah.
Yeah, but
But he's
Paul
in his
Rudd,
60s.
We're talking 30 years later for Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd's got to be in his 50s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's old now.
Yeah,
You know.
So
that
this-
guy is the true ageless wonder.
No,
of
for
the
sure.
world.
I agree.
This gets back to, you know, our Australians last year, Nicole Kidman. Hot. That's how I want to remember her.
Paul Rudd's 54 years old.
Mm-hmm. Looks like he's 30.
Yeah.
Elle Macpherson, hot.
Yeah.
Now I just like,
Kathy Ireland, same thing, man.
yeah.
Back in the day, she was. Oh my gosh. Last time I'd seen her, I was like.
Like there, I just remember my youth and being in love with like so many women, like Elizabeth Shue. You look at her now. I'm sorry.
So that makes you wonder, like.
You know what I'm getting at. What I'm trying to explain. I can't articulate it.
So, as you see, like these new girls, these younger girls that are hot, they still don't do the same thing that it did when you were younger and you saw the
Right.
McPherson.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have that same feeling. And no matter what, they may be hot, but you're always gonna be. If you think of like the feeling or the emotion that you had back when you saw a hot Elle Macpherson, comparing that to the new hot thing, it just isn't the same because the memory is like attached to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Exactly
to a
right.
certain
Yeah.
version.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So that's why the bracket tournament is going to be interesting and potentially difficult to some extent because there's going to be some that you're going to have that you're thinking of that version, and then there's going to be some that are young now and current that it's hard to compare to because we haven't seen that future yet.
And we
So
might
it's
have to
gonna be
like,
tough.
We might have to break it down to like the clueless Alicia Silverstone versus, you know what I mean? The whatever.
Potential.
Mhm.
Potentially.
It's like I was watching Apollo 13 the other day. You know, Tom Hanks' wife in the movie, Kathleen Quinlan. If you look her up, like when she in 1975, like To Die For, And then, she plays a mom in a movie, and you age. Like,
I always think about Farrah Fawcett.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she was like a little beyond my time, but I still remember her from like when I was a kid. And then I remember like my dad or other people talking about her and then seeing her, and I was like, oh,
Bo
yeah,
Derek.
she is. Yeah, Bo Derek. Yeah, same kind of thing.
Right?
You know what I mean? Yep. That's like the mom factors.
Yeah.
So I think if we're going to do this blind kind of going into the Bush of the Week, we should have like a jar full of names. We pull a name when we leave here, and we don't tell each one.
Oh, yeah, I like that too.
And then we come with our research.
Yeah,
And
I like that too.
So it gives us a little more time because we're trying to look it up. What have they been in?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
to
I like
kind of
that
move
too,
it
for sure.
Move it along a little faster.
We each take a name.
We could do something like that.
We each do our research, and we bring it to the table.
There it is.
Okay.
I like it.
All right. Well, I think that's about it for this week.
No, we're not done. You see a young Martha Stewart?
For
Like,
Dude, the fact that fucking Snoop Dogg's hitting it, man.
right? I mean, if he is.
Or I'm sure he has at some point.
oh god, that just seems weird.
You think she made him some food afterwards?
Like, not the 80, 70-year-old
make
Martha
anything
Stewart.
anymore.
Like, the Martha Stewart that was in her 30s partying at Club 54 in New York.
Right.
With Andy Warhol and whoever else.
To
Like,
him, to him blowing, making muffins.
right?
I call this cocaine scones.
You got Rick James there. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Fuck your couch, Charlie Murphy.
What the five fingers say to the face? Slap, bitch.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
James, bitch.
I guess that's my rant. When you're younger, you just connect with things. And now it's like, I'm older. I don't have time to watch new shit.
I'm so desensitized by shit nowadays too, where like I don't get that same like excitedness over certain things. I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
Exactly.
Whatever. You know what I mean?
Just
like,
trying to survive in this world.
Yeah.
Fucking aging sucks.
Yes,
just
it does.
3 squirrels trying to get a nut.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Sorry to bring you guys down.
That really ended. I might just have to cut it a little sooner when it was funnier. All right, guys. Well, like
Martha Stewart in fucking 70s, she was a 10. A 10.
A fucking 10.
She's a fucking 10.
All right, like we say every week, listen to the show, like, rate, review, comment. We want the
subscribe.
Feedback. Subscribe.
Click that notification button.
comments. Yep.
Hit those views. We're trying to pay those mortgages and shit. Man.
Yeah. There you go.
You know?
And
We'll catch you guys.
Dustin does not want to eat 3 6-inches again this next weekend.
No,
so
it's
let's
only
help
2.
him out.
It's only 2.
Well, you know, there's always room for more. You know? Don't sell yourself short, buddy.
what were you saying last week? She came in for a 12-inch and left with a 6?
Yeah, she came in. Yep, exactly. She came in for the foot long and left with a 6-inch for free. You know,
There you go.
that's the
All
only
right,
reason
guys.
I got her was the free 6 inches.
No, it was the cake that did it.
Yeah, no,
That
that's
cake put it over the top.
well. She brought me the cake after I gave her the free 6 inches.
Oh, okay.
But that was several times.
Okay. We'll have to talk about that later.
Yeah,
All right, guys.
we're
have
talking
a good
about
week.
sex.
Have a good week. Bye. Later.
Peace.
Bye.